All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another show, the YR show, and this is the weekly rollup. So today I'm joined by Emmanuel, and we just want to discuss the trending topics in the world of crypto and Web3. Yeah, so let's get straight to it. But before that, remember to follow the YR show at DYR_show. Yeah, number one, Binance, the biggest exchange probably on earth. Binance gets greenlight to operate exchange in Thailand. Emmanuel,
Yeah,
how
yeah,
do you
I hear
see that?
you clearly. I hear you clearly, brother. Okay, on my side, what I can say, a brief introduction of who I am. I'm Emmanuel Moguna, and currently on a freelance mode, working as a crypto and a blockchain enthusiast who's pitching out this new norm to everyone. And I'm here to discuss of this great news that will impact the crypto space with a positive impact because it shows that the adoption that you're expecting to be rapidly on a high rise is coming in heavily because for one, people are getting enlightened, and for two, the Web3 space is gaining momentum. Now, on our main topic of the day, the first topic, Binance gaining an license to operate in Thailand. Now, this comes in handy with the aspect of US having regulatory framework for the crypto and blockchain spaces. And on the other hand, China is trying to embrace this new norm. Okay, the Asian countries are trying to embrace this blockchain technology because they see it as the future of the web. Now you're transiting from the Web 2 to Web 3. Now, Binance being the largest global exchange of the crypto space, gaining a license to have this operation in Thailand. This is a big move for the crypto space. And that being said, they have collaborated with Gulf Energy. I know everyone here knows of the Gulf Energy. It's a, let's say, like a company, an oil company that is based in the Asian countries. Now, the Gulf Binance, under the Gulf Binance name, this collaboration is here to foresee the mass adoption of the crypto space, and everyone should embrace it. Now, with this, last month we had Binance gaining access to Japan. Now, this month we have Binance gaining access to Thailand. Now, what's next? Let's see, because on the other hand, we can see Hong Kong has printed out a white paper to embrace Web3 innovations. That's amongst the highlights that we have for you today. Now, with these sentiments, I can see that this crypto space is gaining very huge momentum than we expected.
Yeah,
Remember, China back in 2021, China was saying that we need to keep off this crypto space because they had no regulatory framework. But now in 2023, you can see them embracing this new norm. What does that tell you? That's a question to everyone. That's a question to everyone. But now we have this Binance in Thailand with an access of 6 point, 6.78% of the population having an access to the crypto space. And of these 6.78%, it is speculated that each one of them has a crypto asset. So, with that adoption in the small country and with a population of at around 4.3 million people, yeah, it's workable. It's workable. Now, let's see what Binance has next for us.
yeah, and this follows a long-year effort for Binance to reestablish a foothold in the country after being booted out of operations without a license. Um, there are some complaints from Thailand security regulations, and now this is also the first license Binance has secured across the region. Now, This means that Binance has finally locked down a digital asset license in Southeast Asia, and this is really good for crypto and blockchain adoption because Asia is usually a really big market, and I think this is a really huge step, not just for Binance users, but also for the future people who now want to who are probably skeptical of crypto because of regulations. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. I can say that I can like back you up on that portion because right now what you're experiencing is that we have many people trying to chip in into this space. What is it all about? And they're trying to learn. So with these kind of numbers of these investors who are trying to see what are we having in this space, what do we have to put in, and what are the results. So these governments are trying to push for regulatory framework of which we need it for the security of investors. But on the other hand, we've got some dark side of it. I can't say like a dark side, but we've got like blind spots. Yeah, we've got like blind spots. So these blind spots, we need to be on the light side. I can say like quote unquote light side of it because one, if you don't know of how the blockchain works, you can know what regulatory framework that these people are trying to implement and put into place for us to have it in the system. But if you do know how this blockchain technology works, for one, it gives you the permission of being decentralized. Second, you have no like max cap for you to transact. If you being like fully decentralized, you can transact whatever amount at a lesser fee, not like the traditional banking system. But with that being said, just this is just a tip of the iceberg. Now, if you're trying to know of how this blockchain or this crypto space works, please DYOR, and that's why we are here to enlighten you. The DYOR podcast is here to teach you and show you the what are the happenings, and then you as a listener, you have to do your own research and know how this technology works.
yeah. The majority of the time you're encouraged to do your own research. Let's move on to a certain really exciting development. It's official. The NFT ticketing program in partnership with Polygon, Element, Barry, and Platinum Group will be launched for the first time at the Formula One Monaco Grand Prix. So, Polygon NFT ticketing program launched for the first time at the Formula One Grand Prix. Um, Everyone who has been wondering about NFTs and probably uh, don't know the importance of NFTs now. This is like a real world use case, and it has been launched on Polygon. So Polygon is a layer 2 protocol, and it uses rollups. Rollups where several transactions are rolled up, just like the name suggests, rolled up, and then they will be executed together. So what this does is it reduces transaction cost. So those people who are usually worried about gas fees and stuff, Polygon solves this. And let's talk about NFT ticketing program being rolled out on Polygon because this also means that it will be kind of affordable.
Yeah. I can back you up on that because let's say what is the essence of being non-fungible? You have this the aspect of one, you've got like traceability. Two, you've got the advantage of not being how can you face it? You cannot,
Duplicated. You
yeah,
cannot
you cannot
duplicate
duplicate it.
someone's
Yeah,
ticket.
yeah, you cannot duplicate it. Then the third, it gives you like low benefits because for one, if this digital art is on the blockchain, once it is minted, we cannot have another copy of it. So you, as the loyal owner of it, you've got the loyal benefits of attending such events like the Grand Prix which we had for the 26th to 28th of this month. It ended like yesterday. Now for these running on Polygon, these are good move, because if you have stacked up the Matic, you know, Matic is the token on Polygon.
No financial advices.
It's not a financial advice. It's never financial advice. But if you stack up these Matic, currently, I can't say of the value. I can't say of the actual figure. I don't have it in the mind of the actual figure. But if you can stock up, and remember, I can repeat this. Remember, it's not a financial advice. So Polygon having this access to providing non-fungible tickets to the Grand Prix lovers, and it being tested out in real world case, now there's no way you can say that NFT was a bubble. No, it was never a bubble. It was first being tried out, then you have the real world case, and now you have to embrace it.
Yeah, let me just quote some of the organizers, some of the statements regarding the new NFT tickets in partnership with Polygon, and see how even the organizers are so excited. So, Urvit Goel, the vice president and head of global business development at Polygon Labs, said the following, and I quote him: "Working alongside Element, Barry, and Platinum Group will reinvent the Formula One ticketing experience." So the ticketing platform combines the robust security of Ethereum with the counterfeit-proof uniqueness of NFTs to enhance ticket authenticity and prevent counterfeit while providing fans with lasting digital memories. It's extremely encouraging to see major events recognizing the benefits that NFT tickets and blockchain technology can offer. That one is a VP, head of global business dev at Polygon. So he has reiterated that NFTs uh, helps in counterfeit proof uniqueness of tickets and even lasting digital memories, because now, hey, I once attended an NFT. I once attended a Formula One stuff, and my here is my proof. This is my NFT, and it's forever embedded on the blockchain. Then, um, Henrik Jacques Henry Eliaud, CEO of Element, he says Web3 technologies make it possible to design ticketing solutions that are safer and more suited to the specificity of each event. The experience becomes more personalized and enjoyable for fans of all types of sports competitions. Application developed using Elements Web3 tech will completely transform fan experience and relationship with sport events for years to come. So he has seen future in NFTs. Then just probably last one, the co-founder of Barry, Eli Zabib, says we are thrilled to present a revolutionary breakthrough in Web3 in sports. This solution developed for 2023 Monaco Grand Prix. By collaborating with the organizers of the legendary event on Element, we have been able to offer a secure, transparent ticketing solution and immersive that will pave the way for many others. Yeah, so just like you've heard, uh, what the NFTs will offer is a transparent, secure ticketing solution.
Yep, yep. And with that, it will prevent the issuance of counterfeit tickets and prevent the resale of tickets in the black market. As we know, in the like the traditional way of doing things, let's say like the financial systems, like we have the banks, you can counterfeit the receipts, you know. Now we have these tickets. You can counterfeit the tickets very easily, as long as you have the required elements for you to do this, like this counterfeit. But with this, non-fungible tokens being embedded in the blockchain, now we have the access of one, you got the power of traceability, you got the power of not being duplicated. Then you have the advantage of you as the user having the access of future events with the same uh let's say like for this event we had the event on this weekend, then the next event which you have, once you've been issued with the non-fungible token, because once it is issued it is embedded on the blockchain, now you can show it to the uh event planners, show that you are one loyal and esteemed fan of the Grand Prix, not like the other one, the paper one, which can be lost. You cannot show that you are a fan of it. Then you need a new one. These are some of the advantages that this blockchain technology brings along with this new Web3 technology.
Mm-hmm. And you can read more on this on the cryptonomist column. That news was courtesy of cryptonomist column. So yeah, let's move on to the next developing news that happened last week, where Microsoft and Visa joined forces in Brazil CBDC pilot initiative. So yeah, what's CBDC first of all? CBDC.
Yeah, a CBDC, these are centralized based digital currency. It's like a form of cryptocurrency, but what the CBDC does, it is government driven. So being central based digital currency, it's under the central bank, but it is a digital asset running on the blockchain. So the Brazilian bank, having joined arms with the Microsoft and big tech players to have a CBDC piloting uh, initiative to have this digital currency for their own jurisdiction. Now that's a great move, but on the other hand, we the Bitcoin maxis say that we are not here for the radar of any central authority, but we need the freedom that this blockchain technology comes along with it. Because for one, CBDC, yes, we need the regulatory framework for these digital currencies. But on the bright side of it, it brings the advantage of having no need of the paper assets. Everything will be digital. You need only a digital wallet. That's the advantage of it. Now, back to the main topic of today, CBDC piloting. The Brazilian bank, under the name of sorry, it has 36 bids. Out of the 36 bids, we have only 14 participants who are selected. And among the 14 participants, we have the big tech companies like Microsoft, and we have the example of, yes, we have Microsoft. Then we have, who was the other one? Sorry. We have the Banco Central de Brazil, the Central National Bank.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Banco Central do Brazil, and
who are they are piloting this CBDC thing.
Microsoft.
Yeah. So if we have this CBDC project in the Western countries, then we have the CBDC project in Asian countries. Then in Africa, we had the Zimbabwean government, and we had the Central African Republic embracing blockchain. Then we have Nigeria having the digital in either. Now, okay, this is something that you can say. We need to embrace it early enough because we need to move along with it. Blockchain technology is here to stay.
Yeah, and they also say this up it started in 2022, where the Brazilian CBDC pilot was officially announced, unveiling the plan to create a digital rail pilot. So this digital currency will be pegged to the national fiat currency, the real, ensuring a stable value. To maintain control and manage its supply, the digital real would be gradually minted over time, resulting in a fixed and limited issuance of the currency. So they're just borrowing blockchain tech, but the Marxists are usually kind of skeptical about CBDC because I guess the real goal of the guy who we don't know it's whether it's a guy or an entity, Satoshi Nakamoto, was true decentralization where you give back the power to the people. Now CBDC, just from even the definition, central bank digital currency, kind of is centralized because now the yes they're issuing digital currencies, but now and using the blockchain tech, but there's still kind of authority in control. Um, I guess it's a good innovation, yes. However, it's kind of also still retaining that aspect of centralization. But it will be overly good for people to now start. It will help people to start realizing the importance of blockchain. And just to uh, close on this topic of CBDCs and Visa in Brazil. So on May 24, the central bank unveiled a conclusive roster of participants of the CBDC pilot, following an extensive evaluation process. And out of the 36 bid received, uh, and a total of 14 participants were selected, just like Emmanuel has talked about. So yeah, let's just wait and see how this one rolls out.
Yeah, and recently we can say of that the collaboration between Binance and Mastercard resulted in the introduction of a prepaid crypto card in Brazil earlier this year, where in March Coinbase forged the partnership with local payment providers, enabling the users to purchase the cryptocurrencies and facilitating deposits and withdrawals in the local currency in the Brazilian jurisdiction. Now, with that being in the face of many people, now where do you go? Where do you opt to? Do you go the CBDC way or do you go the central exchange way, where Binance gives you the access of getting a digital asset that is off the radar of the government, like the Bitcoin?
Yeah,
Or will you go for the centralized based digital currency
that's now
where the government
upon
is, yeah?
that's now upon anyone individually. Let's move on to Dubai. Let's see what's happening over there in Dubai. So Dubai watchdog sounds the alarm on crypto regulatory blind spots. Let's see, and this one is courtesy of Bitcoin.com.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
sure.
see what Dubai watchdog is talking about.
Yeah, like I stated it earlier, we've got some blind spots on this regulatory framework. But if you do know the uh, true aspect of the blockchain technology, you can say that we need this decentralized fact of it. But on the other hand, we need some regulatory framework. But that being added, we need some transparency in it, you know. So what the watchdog in Dubai is stating is that now, yes, we've put some regulatory framework, but it's not enough for us to have this mainstream acceptance and adoption of this blockchain technology. Now, what the Dubai Financial Services Authority is saying is that it needs more framework, more regulatory framework, so that it can embrace this technology and have the, how can I frame it? Uh, it needs this regulatory framework for the people and the investors to be comfortable to invest in these digital assets. Because for an, if you know of the rug pulls that do happen in the crypto space, you know of the buy and dump, yeah, you know of the hype behind these projects. Now, then against this backdrop, where many people are so skeptical of joining this space because we got no like legal framework that is partitioning this space, or we got like no framework that is being put in place and it is being stamped in many countries apart from, let's say, like Dubai. They have embraced this technology since 2019. So what they are approaching the how they are approaching this space, they are trying to urge many people and many jurisdictions to come up with a clear and transparent way to regulate this space, because if this space is not well regulated, many investors will lose their hard-earned credibility and
Mm.
hard-earned money.
Yeah, so from oil to crypto, Dubai is emerging as a growing hub for the crypto industry with several initiatives to promote the adoption and development of crypto and blockchain. The city also has significantly invested in developing its fintech ecosystem, mostly focusing on the crypto industry. So even the Dubai government has supported the financial industry with several initiatives to attract crypto-related investments in the city. Um, there is the DMCC Crypto Center. This one now is provides regulated environment for trading in digital assets. And the Dubai government has also launched Dubai Blockchain Strategy, uh, which aims to position the city as a global leader in developing blockchain tech. So, so there's also a financial free zone in the city. It's called the Dubai International Financial Center, and it has also promoted development of crypto and blockchain tech. So, the Dubai International Financial Center has launched several initiatives to support fintech and blockchain companies, including the Fintech Hive, where it's a co-working space for fintech startups, the Dubai International Financial Center Academy, which offers training and educational programs. So there's a lot happening in Dubai, mostly focusing on fintech and crypto. So yeah, they are kind of moving, not moving, but they are also incorporating crypto apart from being well known on oil. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah, true. And that being said, we know that the Asian countries, or the eastern side of the globe, they are trying to have these uh, blockchain hub on their side, and they are trying to have it firsthand. Now, with Dubai pushing for the transparency in regulatory framework, and now China providing blockchain and crypto spaces in their own jurisdiction, taking back their words, which they had stated back in 2021, of we cannot have the cryptocurrencies being traded in our own jurisdiction, but now they are embracing the blockchain technology. Now, this is a shift in the pendulum. The West are having regulatory framework, which we don't know as of now if it has been reinstated or it has been implied. But in the eastern side of the globe, we can see Dubai, China, Thailand, Japan, they're trying to have it firsthand. Now that tells you a lot. That tells you a lot.
Yeah, let's look at crypto hater. So there's a crypto hater,
Peter
and
Schiff.
yeah, and he's dropping Bitcoin Ordinals NFT art collection. So it's kind of should I call it paradoxical? So despite him hating on crypto for years and calling NFTs worthless and easy to replicate 2 years ago, Peter Schiff is set to release an NFT art collection on Bitcoin. So you can see even haters are now turning into what fans. Let me call them fans. So it's kind of a
Yeah.
parody,
Uh,
uh, because 2 years ago he was very skeptical about uh, crypto and stuff, but now he has unveiled a collaborative NFT non-fungible token art collection on the Bitcoin network that will soon go up for auction. So yeah, the reaction from the crypto community has been mixed, with people generally baffled. I'm equally baffled, but some are also welcoming, especially ordinal proponents, with some keen to point out the apparent hypocrisy.
yep. Yep. Now you know of the notion that we the Bitcoin maxis say that if you're embracing this, go it 100. But okay, let's see what he has for us in this NFT collection.
So, just on a light note, ordinals are a new technology in the Bitcoin network. See, like before, uh, Bitcoin was not, let me say, it was not really scalable, unlike ETH and other alts where you can do so much innovation. So lately there has been something called Bitcoin Ordinals, where now Bitcoin can also be scalable. This is a really wide topic that I guess we will do a segment on ordinals so that the listeners will get to understand what this means in the Bitcoin ecosystem.
Yeah, true, true. And I can read of his quote that he quoted back in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
These were these are the words that he posted up in his post. He said the following: "I'm pleased to announce that I'm pleased to announce of an art project with one of my favorite artists." Sorry, pardon me. Back in 2021, Peter Schiff described NFTs as fake assets that offer nothing other than ownership of a digital image that can be replicated endlessly online. But even as the owner of the image, you won't be able to control the access to it. The file has been copied thousands of times. So anyone with an access to the internet can look at it as much as you, he wrote back in 2021. But now, here, currently in 2023, with the change of his own sentiments, it shows that he has a similar vein in the formal that we the blockchain enthusiasts, we have been saying the truth, we have been having the green light in this, and now we are seeing the real world case of NFTs being used. And we have stated of it earlier of Grand Prix in Monaco. Then we have him having an NFT ordinal collection.
Yeah, that's what happens when you do your research and you realize what blockchain technology is doing to us, or rather what it is offering. US dollar dumping has started in both words and actions as BRICS nations join forces, says Russia's top diplomat.
Yep.
How is this related to blockchain crypto? Let me see how US
Yeah.
dollar is dumping. Oh, this is
Now,
stated by the Russia's top diplomat. The foreign minister Sergei Lavrov says de-dollarization is already underway due to the US government's rhetoric and policies. So he says countries within the BRICS alliance, or the economic coalition of Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, are actively plotting a path forward without the US dollar. So Lavrov is an Russian official since before the collapse of the Soviet Union. Says the next BRICS gathering in August will focus on how the alliance's development bank can defend itself from potential US hostility.
Yeah, true. Now, what I can say about this is that we all know if one of the majorly transacted currencies globally is having a downfall, then where will the majority of the population rush to? Now, if we have this global cryptocurrency and blockchain mass adoption, many people are having to learn of this new technology. We have these uh, digital assets that are stable. You have the form of USDT, we have the form of USDC, right? Now, you can have it because it is pegged one on one. And having been pegged one on one, you can have the uh, assurance of your own asset not devaluating. But if we have this fiat currency, this paper money, it is losing value by the day. And many jurisdictions are rushing away from this dollar thing that you have to transact on it on any transaction that you're doing outside your jurisdiction. Now let's take the example of back here in our own country. If you want to buy any commodity outside your own jurisdiction, you have to pay it in dollars. And we know of the rates that we have back here. You can see if you can do it under the blockchain, it will be of less fees and it will be of um, quicker quicker transactions, because on the blockchain we have quick transactions because they do run on the cloud network. This cloud network is way seamless and way faster, other than waiting on the transaction approval of the banks, which can take even days or even months according to the amount that you're wishing to transact. So on that note, I can say that with this backlash on this de-dollarization, or this um, many jurisdiction rushing away from this dollar thing, this dollar monetary that you have to do, or you have to deal with it for you to be able to transact. That's a good notion that we have to accept, we as the cryptocurrency and blockchain enthusiasts, and we have to push for it because yes, we cannot say it will be like instant for the transition, but it will take time and we have to move along with it.
Yeah, so um, that's on the US and the BRICS. I guess that one can also impact the movement of maybe the crypto. Maybe people will feel it's more secure now to hold BTC, so people might move into BTC and stuff like that. Let's move on to Beijing. Beijing have released a white paper for Web3 innovation and development. So Beijing is in China. We
Yeah,
all know how China sometimes were so much against Bitcoin mining. They even destroyed most of the miners, but now suddenly they're releasing a white paper for innovation and development. So I think they're kind of easing into the idea of blockchain and Web3. So Beijing has released a Web3 white paper to promote the industry's development, and the timing of the release is interesting according to CEO of Binance, who noted Hong Kong's crypto rules come into effect next week. So this one has raised the eyebrows of CEO of Binance. And Beijing is China's capital. Um, and the white paper dubbed Web3 Innovation and Development White Paper. So this document states that Web3 tech is an inevitable trend for future internet industry development, according to report from the local news outlet. So yeah, Beijing has seen that Web3 is an inevitable trend for the future of the internet industry.
Yeah, true. And that being said, is that it comes at an interesting time. It comes at an interesting time. We know the Western country, the US, they are trying to have all crypto assets, trading companies. They are trying to have them under one framework, and this framework has not been implemented till date. We cannot say that it has been implemented, but on the eastern side of the globe, we can see now China is trying to show us that we take back our words that we stated back in 2021. Now here in 2023, we are having this Web3 and blockchain white paper. These innovations, bring them along, show us what you have. We need to have this technology because it is the next frontier in every, be it financial, be it gaming, be it real estate, be it every part of this economic economical times of, or the economical framework. Whatever you're transacting, it will be digital. You're doing away with, let's say, the paperwork. But now, with that being said, we can see that Binance CEO is saying that back in when the crypto space was too young, such sentiments were really having a very heavy impact on the crypto space. Once we had such a statement, you are obviously knowing that we have a bull run. But now we can say you're having a bull run. It's not a financial advice, but let's say now we can say the blockchain and the crypto space is having a mass adoption in the East than we expected. Yeah.
And yeah, you can read on that in the www.theblock.co. The US dollar dumping and breaks on dailyhodl.com and the crypto hater at cointelegraph.com. Now let's move on to the last segment for saving the best for last. Ledger. Ledger holds recovery services. We talked about Web3 in Hong Kong, and another centralized exchange goes down. Let's see what happened with Ledger. So Ledger, those who don't know, Ledger is a wallet provider, a hardware wallet provider, where if you want it's called a cold wallet rather than custodial wallet. Ledger were kind of one of the biggest providers alongside um other wallet providers. So if you are a whale, let me say a whale, or you don't like storing your assets in centralized exchanges or hot wallets like the mobile wallets, you could just buy a ledger wallet and store your coins completely offline. So let's see what happened to ledger. This one is courtesy of uh, cointelegraph.com and cryptobees.
Yeah. Now, what Ledger has been experiencing in the back, like let's say a week or two, it has been having some community backlash because if, let's say, what we all know in the crypto space is that once you lose your seed phrase, you've lost your assets, right? But now, what Ledger key recovery service is posing, because it's saying that once you lose your seed phrase, it is it can be retraced. That that raised an eyebrows for many people. It raised an eyebrow for many people because it shows that we cannot have, like, according to my own understanding, it's not like, don't misquote me, people, don't misquote me. According to my own understanding, is that once you lose your assets through losing your seed phrase, you cannot retrace them. But what Ledger is saying, you can easily trace it, but I don't I, I don't see why you have to show us that this seed phrase, it is easily traceable. That means that you can retrace it from the backend source.
Yeah, I was also baffled. How can you recover a seed phrase after completely losing it? Because the essence of having a cold wallet is you're solely the one in control of your private keys. So if you lose
Yeah,
them, they go forever. So it's like you burned the coins. But then now Ledger was saying they have halted, uh they have paused the recovery option. So I think this raised the eyebrows of many, not just ledger users, but people who have like a very high knowledge about uh, security and crypto. So what happened? The leading company says they are pausing its recovery service tool amid ongoing community backlash. So the ledger recover feature would allow users who lost their private and seed phrase to get it back via an optional function. And earlier on, the Ledger CEO Pascal Gauthier confirmed that private seed phrases of individuals using the services could, in theory, be handed over to governments if they were to be sub subpoenaed. So, in response to concerns, the firm is accelerating efforts to open source most of its code base, including components of its operating system and ledger recover. Yeah, so now the crypto community wants the code base to be open source so that it can be audited. So the reason for this is for transparency. Yeah, because
yeah,
if someone can recover your seed phrase, it's kind of not entirely secure. So once the code base is open source and people audit it, they will gain the trust once you and me see that everything now is okay.
yeah, true. Because if you, of the security features of having a cold wallet, it clearly states that once you have your seed phrase lost, you cannot retrace your assets. And now Ledger saying that you can retrace your seed phrase. Okay, from my own side, we need more transparency on that. We need more transparency on
Yeah, and
that.
that's why they say they will open source the code
Yeah,
base.
true, true. And on the other side of happenings, we can see that we have FTX 2.0.
Just
Yeah,
before FTX 2.0, uh, yeah, Ripple also acquires Pantera's stake in Bitstamp. So digital payment network Ripple, they took a minority stake in the crypto exchange Bitstamp in the first quarter of 2023. So Ripple acquired shares previously owned by Pantera Capital in a US-based digital asset investment firm, though it's unclear how much Ripple paid for the acquisition or how the deal was structured.
Yeah,
It's
it's not still clear. It's not still clear, but Ripple, Ripple is like we can say it's like fiat digitally, a fiat digitally. Yeah, but with that acquisition of the Bitstamp, yeah, it's something good for the space.
yeah. What are you saying about FTX 2.0?
Yeah, the FTX 2.0, and we have the multi-chain and the world coin raising $115. Okay,
Millions.
$15 million. Of what the FTX 1.0 did to the investors. Then you have the FTX 2.0. Now we are here to tell you DYOR before investing in such
Uh,
DYOR before investing in such.
yeah, and on that note, there is another centralized exchange that bites the dust. Hotbit. So Hotbit announced it will close operations due to adverse business conditions. And as it's common amongst the centralized exchange collapses in recent months, the crypto firms mentioned uh, FTX, the ongoing banking system crisis, and even Aproba's reasons for its cash flow problems. Um, yeah, and even just on to touch on something on the ledger, just winding up on this last segment. The wallet provider Ledger, the company decided to postpone its controversial recovery service amid community backlash. The security reputation is critical for a crypto wallet provider, but Ledger's dilemma may be beyond a public relation crisis. The recovery service was also a path towards subscription services, which could generate recurring revenue for the wallet provider. The feature is now postponed until most of its code is open sourced, says Ledger. Just like we've discussed, the crypto community don't they don't like the idea of the recovery service. So Ledger has postponed it, and they're saying they'll open source most of the code so that it can be audited. Yeah, so that was all that happened in the wild Web3 space last week, and Emmanuel and I have talked about them. But now it's upon you to do your own research. And just a disclaimer: none of this is a financial advice. None of this is a financial advice. Yes, Emmanuel. Is there something else you want to add?
From my own side is that, as you stated it, DYOR is the basic of any information that you want to sieve out. If you want to sieve out something good, do your own research, because what we always know and what is out there is something way too, like, we can frame it something that you can hear from one person and something that you can hear from another person. It can be not of the truth, but once you do your own research, you can know what is true and what is not true. But we are here to enlighten you and what is happening in the crypto space, and that's why we're always telling you to embrace of this acronym DYOR, D on research.
Yeah, it's really important. Um, Remember to follow us at DYR underscore show on Twitter. Now the segments are also available in many podcast shows. You can find me on Fountain at DYR show. So Fountain kind of incentivizes the listeners with satoshis. Satoshis make up Bitcoin, so you can earn some satoshis by just listening to the show. You can find me on Spotify for podcasters. You can also find the show on Google Podcasts and all the available podcast providers. You can also find Emmanuel on Twitter. He'll drop his handles. Where can we find you, Emmanuel?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter on Moguna underscore Emmanuel.
Mm-hmm.
Moguna underscore Emmanuel on Twitter. I'm also on LinkedIn. You can find me on Emmanuel Moguna. And also on Medium under Emmanuel Moguna. Yeah, those are my outlets. You can reach me out via my DM. You've got my number, but I won't be dropping off my number. But that's it for me. And happy turnings to everyone. And happy new week to everyone.
Yeah, goodbye, and remember to do your own research.
Yeah, true. DRR is everything, and that's
Yeah,
key.
goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. See you.